Hello, Paso, and welcome to another edition of Fact Friday. I'm your host, Martin Padilla. Joining us on this edition is Yvette Hernandez from the Capital Improvement Department to talk to us about the 2022 Community Progress Bond. Yvette, thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell us, what is a Community Progress Bond?
So the Community Progress Bond is really having the community vote on the much needed funding for our infrastructure. There will be three propositions. Proposition A, looking at the streets component, Proposition B for parks, and Proposition C for climate action.
What are the focus areas for the bond?
So Proposition A, regarding the streets component, will look at resurfacing, reconstruction of our top 50 arterials and residential. We'll also look at three much needed roadway extensions throughout the city and safety improvements within our intersections. Proposition B looks at shade structures within each of our 8 districts, a mega all abilities playground, and continuing our neighborhood improvement program. The last one, Proposition C, is looking at a climate action plan that will realize a study for addressing our environmental stressors and implementing those programs into our community.
Why were these focus areas chosen?
Earlier this year, the City of El Paso made sure to host community meetings within each of our districts and also provide an online survey. We heard back from the community that streets was of an importance of how they wanted to see the funding invested in our infrastructure. 56% responded streets, and the next one, 22%, was parks. And those that information and feedback really helped to set aside and formulate the programming that you see within each of the propositions.
What will be the tax impact for the individual taxpayer of the Community Progress Bond?
So the tax rate impact potentially could be $5 a month. CID will be working closely with OMB to make sure that the debt is issued when needed. The first year will be planning and design, and once we get into construction, that's when we can see more debt issued. We will only request the amount that we need.
Can voters vote on each focus area separately?
Yes, you will see each of the propositions individually, so you can vote for A, streets, B, parks, and or C for climate action change.
What is the anticipated timeline for completion of Community Progress Bond projects?
So the rollout for this Community Progress Bond is a 10-year rollout. So you will see an annual allocation for resurfacing and reconstruction of streets, in addition to the shade canopies. But the implementation of the climate action plan, once the study is completed within the first year, you will see the completion of the projects that are identified within 5 to 7 years.
Well, that does it on this edition of Fact Friday. Yvette, thank you so much for joining us. A friendly reminder that early voting starts October 24th and ends November 4th. Election Day is Tuesday, November 8th. For more information and to view the propositions, make sure and visit ElPasoTexas.gov /progress. We'll see you all on the next Fact Friday.